musicians are so habituated by the nature of what we do. We have to be that interrupting that takes a little bit longer sometimes in order to both free up the pattern, yeah, free up the pattern,
Mm.
find new choices within that pattern, and then sometimes to come back to the way you did it with that more refinement. Maybe, I mean, I'm a clarinet player. I'm never gonna, my left hand's always gonna be on top, right? So why would I change that? You can't play that way. But there's something about creating the space in the nervous system that um, I find can be challenging for musicians, often because they want to get back to, they need to get back to it. If they're professional musicians, they need to get back to the job. What's been interesting for me is during this time period, though, of COVID and people playing less, is that I feel like with a lot of my colleagues, they've learned spontaneously how much time they could take off and actually come back to it and be okay, which we would have never done
Yeah.
pre-COVID. We just wouldn't have ever taken a week off, maybe, but a month off, no. 2 months off, no.
Yeah.
Really exciting to me about what we're going to present and give everyone with our 100-day challenge is how do we come back to our instrument in such a way that we don't injure ourselves? Because that is something that's creeping up. People are going back and practicing the same way they did, but they're not the
Mm.
same person that they were 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year and a half ago. And so weird little injuries are creeping up and things that they wouldn't have been dealing with if they were playing in a full time, or maybe they would have, but it's just a very different environment right now. So with our 100-day
Mm.
challenge, hoping that we give people a lot more somatic language and ways to discover new places in themselves, so that not only do they come back with good musical health and their physicality, but maybe even mentally and emotionally and musically. Because as a professional musician, sometimes we get boxed into our job and we become the musician for that job, which is, that's the job. However, there's just a bigger part of ourselves that I think can be much more satisfying to develop and can enhance our whole musical life. So
Mm. That sounds great.
yeah,
Yeah.
into it.